everyone. This is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com, and welcome to our Moon Salutation practice. Moon salutations are different from sun salutations. Most of us are very familiar, if you've been doing yoga for a long time or for even a short time. Sun salutations are part of yoga. They're meant to warm our body up as we prepare for a class, sometimes in between the class. And then it has a stimulating effect, what they call, it's more of a yang, or some people refer to it as yang. So it's a stimulating practice. Moon salutation is the yin, the opposite of a sun salutation. And what that does is it has more of a calming, soothing effect on the nervous system. And so it's a wonderful thing to do during a full moon, but at any point in the month. It's nice for winter months. It's nice in the evening. It's great sometime in the morning. It doesn't matter, but there's specific times that you might choose to do the moon salutation, which is especially when it comes to a full moon. And what it does is it's what a moon represents is that calming and cooling effect, as opposed to the sun, which is hot and energetic. And the difference is, as well, is that when you leave a moon salutation class, when you're finished, when you've completed it, you do have this, you still feel this energy. It's not an energy that's going to make you feel tired. And it's going to actually probably give you more energy than the sun salutation, which you can do sun salutations in the evening and go to sleep soon after, because it de-stresses your body, it kind of squeezes out the stress. While the moon salutation it has this gentle rhythm to it, and it's challenging. It's good for all levels, beginners to advanced. But it is quite challenging in many ways, because you're holding postures longer and you're breathing simultaneously as you're holding the postures. So breath and movement are going hand in hand. So we're going to get started with standing up. If you've never done this, and it's important to try and make sure you do the full class. I know sometimes on YouTube or on, when you're doing a video, you'll go straight, you'll do bits and pieces of it, and then that will be it. But if you can spend the next 25 minutes just doing these classes, and then at the end, you'll notice a massive difference than if you're just doing piecemeal. I like to recommend that, because I know sometimes I'll do parts of videos and not do the whole thing. So I'm standing in a position so you can actually see me, but you are standing at the front of the mat. And we're going to be going around in a circle on the mat. So we'll be moving in a circle. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is that when I say your right foot is forward, it could be anywhere on the mat, but so that you can still see me. I know that when you're doing this type of class and watching a screen, you could get disoriented. So I'll say right foot, but it doesn't matter where if it's the front or the back of the mat, or left foot. And then, of course, if I say long end of the mat, it could be either side of the long end of the mat. So just to give you those, in preparation for this, we will get started. Let's stand up in our Tadasana. And as I said, I would be starting at the top of the mat, but I'm now just going to show you here so you can see me. And once you've grounded down, I want you to bring your arms out to the sides, just like you would in a warrior two, except you're facing forward. And we're going to imagine ourselves as moons, spheres, where we're not just thinking of ourselves as up and down, but we're actually, our arms are out to the sides of us. and also the backs and the fronts, on top of us and underneath us. So just like a moon that's spinning in the sky, in space, that's what we are. And this helps us to begin to see ourselves as a whole, as opposed to just separate parts. And let your eyes close, and we're going to use the mantra So-Hum. So-Hum is a Sanskrit for I am. So I am means you're part of something bigger. I am that. I am this here right now in this moment. I'm part of the earth, I'm part of the sky, I'm part of the whatever's next to me. And then and as you breathe in, you say so, and as you breathe out, hum. You can do that silently or out loud. And your arms will begin to tire. That's inevitable. But what's nice about this is that you can actually pretend, imagine that you're I'm going to take you into water that's just up to your chest, and your arms can rest on the top of the water easily. And this is what I would suggest you imagine. There's no real rigidity to the arms. It's just they're softly resting on top of the water, being supported. And if you need to drop them down for a moment, that's fine. This is a way to tone our arms as well, as you probably can feel already. And one of the most amazing toners where you don't have to do anything. There's no weights or anything involved. And then let's let the arms drop down. Take a pause here. Take a breath, so, and then exhale, hum. Then I will return to the front of the mat, reach your arms up to the sky. We're going to begin the moon salutation. I'll take you through it slowly. So my arms are lifting. And let's first start with the sense of lifting up and turning your baby fingers, the pinky fingers, I mixed up those words, and turn them in and point them towards the back of the room. So you're taking your whole hand and twisting it. This opens up the shoulders. And let's bring our hands in front of us and create a little bowl with our hands, with the inner edges of those hands together. This is the mudra, the hand gesture we use for our moon salutation. Let's lift back up again. This time interlace the hands except for your index fingers. And then stretch over to the right. Take a breath out. Then inhale, lift back up. And feet are hip distance apart. Exhale to the left. And let's inhale, reach your arms up, release the hands down and let them float. Bend the knees as if you're carrying something very precious in your arms, and reach back, let them flow back behind you. We're going to do 2 more sets of these. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Exhale. So breath and movement. Inhale, lift. Slow and conscious movement. One more time, lower down. And the next inhalation, lift back up. Reach the arms up to the sky. And let the arms drop next to your sides. And we're going to step, I'm going to spin around. We're going to step our right foot back and open our legs out so that we're on the long end of the mat. Turn the toes out. We're now in a goddess shape pose. Or horse stance. Reach your arms up to the sky and straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, goddess pose. Palms facing one another. And then inhaling, lifting back up. And then opening the arms out to the sides, legs are straight, star. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, lift the arms up, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, this time straighten the arms out to the sides, straighten the legs. Now from here, your right foot is forward. I'm trying to get that. And then lean over that right leg. So placing your right hand on your right shin. Lift your left arm up. So we're starting with the right leg forward. And then from here, spin forward, place the hands on the ground, and bring your left foot in a little bit closer. And we're now entering into our pyramid. You can take blocks, have them handy for you to place your hands on the blocks or on your shins or on your thighs. Take a breath in and breathe out. So usually about 2 breaths we hold, and then that's the next inhalation. Slide your left leg back. You can always place your knee on a blanket if you'd like. Otherwise, drop the knee down, and we're in our lunge. Take your left hand inside your right foot. Reach your right arm back behind you. And look, see if you can bring your gaze towards that right hand. Take an inhale and then exhale. Float the hand forward. We're circling around. 2 more sets. Inhaling back and around. And exhaling. Inhaling back and around. And this time, let's reach your arm back again. You have the option of placing your right hand on your lower back and twisting, or bending your left knee, coming to the up above your knee itself, the actual kneecap, and grab hold of that foot and twist. 2 breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, lower that left foot down, and then hands on the ground, and pick your left knee off the ground and spin yourself so now you're facing the long end of the mat again. Toes this time turn in, heels out. And we're going to bend and straighten the legs, flowing from side to side. You can keep your hands on the ground or on the ankles, or slide your hands as if you're washing the floor with your hands, back and forth. Breathing in and breathing out. Then take an inhale. Turn yourself so that your toes point forward again, repeating what we just did, going back full circle. Lower your left knee down, back into that lunge. Then inhale that right arm, reach it back again. And take an inhale and exhale, circle that arm around, exhaling. And then inhaling, and then exhaling. Whew. And one more time, reach that right arm back. Either the hand lays on your lower back, or pick your left foot up again and stretch and open. You might find, oh, I'm getting a little bit warmer here. Inhaling, movement and breath. So now we're holding, we're in a passive stretch, but we're still breathing. Fully present with what's happening, out of the head. And then lower your left foot down, and we're going to come back into our pyramid shape. Fold over that front leg, so just scoot your left foot back in towards your right foot. Folding over, and then taking an inhale, sliding your left leg back and turning it slightly out and cartwheeling your arms up. And let's float into our triangle, full circle. So think about the sphere, the moon being a sphere of how we circle. The month, we start out with a full moon, and then it ends with then eventually it full circle back to a full moon. And from here, lift back up, and then turn your toes, your right toes, back or around to the long end of the mat. Reach your arms out to the sides, turn your heels in. Now you're in star. And then inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, goddess, bend the knees. Let's do this one more time. Inhaling, star, straightening legs, straightening arms. And then exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. And then lift back up. And then you're going to spin yourself back. You're going to spin yourself to the front of the mat and step forward. Reach your arms up to the sky and let the hands float down to your heart. So in front of your heart, back into that mudra. I will start on this side this time. And then take an inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky, interlace the hands, and then exhale, bend to the left. So interlace the hands except for the index fingers, and then inhale back up, and then to the right. So this should feel nice on your spine. Inhale, lift back up, and then float the arms down. And then inhale, lift up. And then exhale, float down. And then inhale, lift back up. And this time, I'm actually should be on this end of the mat. You're going to step your right foot back. And turn your feet so they're at the long end of the mat, and we're starting all over again, but with the left leg as the front leg. So inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Let's exhale, bend the knees, bend the arms into goddess. And then inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Inhale, lift your arms up, bend the knees, bend the arms, goddess. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, lift up, open the arms out to the sides, legs are straight. Breathing in. This time, exhale, lower the hands down and turn your left toes forward. So we're now on the left side. And fold over your left leg into triangle. Reach your right arm up. Breathing in and breathing out. Then take an inhale, spin forward over your left leg. Turn your back toes in and bring them slightly in and fold over that left leg. Coming into, now you're in your pyramid. Breathing in and breathing out. Taking an inhale and then exhale, slide your right leg back, lower that right knee down. Right hand remains inside your left foot. It could be on a block or on the fingers. Then inhale, reach your left arm back. Breathing in, and then as you exhale, float the arms forward. So you're going to spin around. Inhaling and exhaling. And then the next inhalation, reach that left arm back. Either place it on your lower back or pick your right foot up and grab hold of that foot and squeeze it in towards your bottom cheek. Coming off to the top, above the knee, breathing in and breathing out. And then lower that right foot down, reach your left arm back, and then spin it forward so that you're framing your front foot, the left foot. And walk your hands back to the long end of the mat. Turn your toes in, heels out. And let's bend the left knee and then the right. And feel free to slide your hands from side to side or hands remain on the ground. So breathing, let the breath flow. Imagine yourself looking at a clear sky with the moon bright. We had a bright moon this morning, I saw when I woke up this morning. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, spin back towards your left foot. Lower your right knee down, back into that lunge. We just finished a minute or so ago. Reach your left arm back, take an inhale. And then exhale, circle your left arm around. Do this 2 more times, inhaling and exhaling. One more circle as you exhale, then reach your left arm back and hold for a second. Either the hand places on your lower back or grab hold of that right foot and squeeze that heel into your heels, your right bottom cheek. And stretch out the top of your thigh. Inhaling. And then exhale, lower your right foot down. Lift your right knee off the ground. Slide that right foot in so that you can now fold back into your pyramid. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, take a breath in.
And then exhaling, slide your right leg back and flatten out that foot. Heel toe that left foot to the right a little bit.
Cartwheel those arms up into your triangle and fold over your left leg. Reach your right arm up. So think about the moon that we just did, a moon salutation. You know, we circled our mats. And then take an inhale, lift back up. And then take your toes and open them wide. Now you're at the long end of the mat again. And reach your arms out to the sides into your star. Take a breath in. Then exhale, lift your arms up. And then bend your elbows, bend your knees. And then inhale, re-straighten those arms, re-straighten those legs. And then exhale, arms up and bend the elbows, bend the knees. Let's hold this for one full breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And then take an inhale and exhale, twist towards your front leg, the left leg, and step forward. Reach your arms up to the sky and let the arms float down in front of your heart into that little bowl-shaped mudra. And let's just pause for a moment and feel into your body. Let the shoulders soften if they start to lift. Soften the face. And let the arms drop next to your sides. And just take a pause here for a moment. And let's take a breath in and let the eyes open and fold forward all the way down to your forward bend. And hold this forward bend for just a moment. Cradle your arms. Let yourself kind of give your back, spine, and the backs of your legs a moment of release. And smile and enjoy. It has this cooling and calming effect that you can't explain. You can only experience it. Let's lower the hands to the ground and let's step back onto our knees. If you want to just do a little downward dog for just a moment, that might feel really nice. A nice release, actually. Yeah, come into a downward dog. It's a good idea. And breathe in and out. And then lower the knees to the ground and come all the way down onto your bellies. And from here, I want you to bring your arms next to your sides, legs together, forehead on the ground. We're going to go into locust. This is a nice added piece to a moon salutation. It's going to now give you a little bit of stimulation and it's a little bit more of an energizer. Take a breath in, reach, pick your legs off the ground, chest and forehead off the ground, and let your arms lift, but reaching them towards your feet, looking down, keeping the gaze downward. And we're going to continue with that calming, cooling breath, even if we're in a little bit more of a, I always use the word challenge, but it's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fiery. And then lower the hands down, lower the legs down, place your hands next to your chest, lift back up, and just press into a child's pose for one full breath. Oh, this feels nice. And then slide the hands to your knees and come onto your right hip. And we often think of moon salutations, that sun salutations is you burn calories. You know, if you're into, I might as well, lose weight, use that to lose weight. But you'd be surprised how the moon salutation is actually just as powerful in that way. Lower yourself onto your back because you've calmed your nervous system down. You've cut down on the stress hormone. Now your body doesn't hold on to the fat. It's surprising, but you think faster's better. Not all the time. They both have their benefits, these calming salutations and the more, rigorous. Hug your knees into your chest.
And then open the arms out to the sides, drop your knees to the left, turn your gaze to the right. Now we can really start to settle down. It's really a misconception that fast is better. It's how we've been, it's a conditioning. I mean, you go and visit cultures where they're much slower and more mindful, and they live, in slower paced lives, and you don't see, but pick your knees up, you rarely see people who have put on weight. They're usually petite, slim, and then let's hug the knees in, and then let's open up the arms to the sides, drop your knees to the right, turn your gaze to the left. It's the cultures where the pace is fast, because people eat fast. They don't usually think about what they're eating. They're not mindful of it. And their stress level is higher. So it's really an interesting concept that I think Western culture has to start to look at a little bit more. That faster is not always better. Hug your knees into your chest. And actually, it's probably less so in terms of longevity and happiness and all that stuff. Open the feet as wide as the mat. We're going to let ourselves settle into our Savasana and enjoy the moment of rest. Just let our whole body just chill. That's what we're doing in this class today. Just continue on, nothing more to do. As you continue on, and I would suggest you do continue on. We're here for a little bit extra long. I brought you into Shavasana for a little bit longer today, which is a blessing. So as I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, this moon salutation, this yin flow, as opposed to the yang, which is the opposite. Both are important, not just one is more better or for you than the other. It really depends on what you need, what's going on in your life, but it's always a balancing act between the two. Between resting and moving, and being active and not active. And that's what life is about. It's not about full force one way and nothing happening the other way. It's all about kind of balancing those out consistently. And that's how we find, when we live like that, we actually feel better, we're healthier, we're focused, we're more effective. So thank you so much for being with me. This is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. And if you enjoy my classes, you can touch the
press the subscribe button on the right-hand side of the screen. Comment below, give me some, recommendations or whatever you wish to comment about, and thumbs up. And other than that, thank you so much, and I will see you soon.